Sekarang,
My name is Isna.
Hello, my name is Elia.
And I'm Mulyati.
Today we are going to talk about giving advice. If you're curious about that, stay tuned.
The first subchapter is should and ought to. So, in giving suggestion, we can use should and ought to. The formula is you should plus verb. The examples: you should do more exercise. You should do your exercise. You should leave her. And then the next is you ought to. The formula is you ought to plus verb. For the example, you ought to do more exercise. You ought to stay here with me. You ought to leave now.
The second way to give a suggestion is changing advice into interrogative sentence. There are two formulas that you can use. The first is why don't you plus verb 1. The example, why don't you drink your medicine? Why don't you go to school today? The second formula is how about plus verb ing. The example, how about going to the cinema this weekend? How about leaving him some money?
okay, and the next material is using conditional sentence. As you can see, the formula is if I were you, subject plus would plus verb 1. For example, is if I were you, I would study more. And more example is if I were you, subject and etc. Example, if I were you, I wouldn't eat that. Another example is I would plus verb 1. For example, I would go to the doctor if I were you. And the last example is I would plus not plus verb 1. Example, I wouldn't go there if I were you.
For making advice, I would suggest doing more exercise. I would recommend it doing more exercise.
So the next subchapter is tell the suggestion firmly. So the first formula is you had better plus to be. For the example, you had better to be here before we start dinner. For the negative one is you had better plus not plus be. For the example is you had better not to be late. And then the second formula is you had better plus verb 1. For the example, you had better unplug the toaster before you try to clean it. For the negative one is you had better plus not plus verb 1. For the example, you had better not forget Tom's birthday gift.
Next, we can use imperative to give advice in English with the formula imperative verbs plus ing to give advice. Example, start going to the gym. Read more often to improve spelling. Try running once a week. Consider joining a running team. Try reaching customer support again.
How about and what about plus ing? Examples, how about opening a new store? How about working overtime? How about buying an CEO course? How about opening a new agency? And how about making a whole new site?
8. Let's and let's not. Number 1. Let's hire a new software developer. Number 2. Let's talk to the manager about it. Number 3. Let's not do that. Number 4. Let's not disturb her.
So, what do you think about this chapter? Is it easy or difficult?
I hope this video can help you to understanding the material.
Thank you for watching and see you again next time.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.